Welcome to a year of eternal love. A Course in Miracles workbook for students, lesson 15 with insights. My thoughts are images that I have made. It is because the thoughts you think appear as images that you do not recognize them as nothing. You think them, and so you think you see them. This is how your seeing was made. This is the function you have given your body's eyes. It is not seeing, it is image making. It takes the place of seeing, replacing vision with illusions. This introductory idea to the process of image making that you call seeing will not have much meaning for you. You will begin to understand it when you have seen little edges of light around the same familiar objects which you see now. That is the beginning of real vision. And you can be certain that real vision will come quickly when this has occurred. As we go along, you may have many light episodes. They may take many different forms, some of them quite unexpected. Do not be afraid of them. They are signs that you are opening your eyes at last. They will not persist because they're merely symbolizing true perception, and they are not related to knowledge. These exercises to it. In practicing the idea for today's lesson 15, repeat it first to yourself, and then apply it to whatever you see around you, using its name and letting your eyes rest on it as you say, "This blank is an image that I have made. This blank is an image that I have made." It is not necessary to include a large number of specific objects for the application of today's idea. It is necessary, however, to continue to look at each subject while you repeat the idea to yourself. The idea should be repeated quite slowly each time. Although you will obviously not be able to apply the idea to a very many things during the minute or so of practice that is recommended. Try to make the selection as random as possible. Less than a minute will do for the practice periods. If you begin to feel uneasy, do not have more than 3 application periods for today. Unless you feel very completely comfortable with it, do not exceed 4. However, the idea can be applied as needed throughout the day. And the insights, we're really starting to increasingly, it's with baby steps. That's why there's so many lessons. There's 365 lessons. This entire year is of mind training to heal our perception. And the first half of this year is the undoing process, the atonement of committing to the undoing of our false negative beliefs, of how we're looking at everything now through the lens of the past, that these are forms that we're making, these images we have made of the projection of our mind. God is formless love. The extension of God is formless love. Because we are all God's extensions, we are formless love. This love is all encompassing. There is nothing outside of love. Nothing. If it is not love, it's not real. This is the only thing God has made. But image making, on the other hand, is the ego's effort to make these finite forms, and with the ego's trying to make it infinite. In reality, this is impossible. But in dreams, because we are sleeping, this is the norm. This is why these lessons are going to challenge you. The ego is going to be confused, wants to give up. What is this nonsense? But it's the pathway to freedom. It's been the pathway to my freedom, the diligence, the everyday of sitting down and coloring your day with truth, love, peace, and joy, instead of choosing to see a world of fear and a world of guilt. It's been very helpful to me that I recognize that the images I see with the physical eyes are just my thoughts. Really think about that. Every part of our 5 senses, and all of these senses are connected to our skin, are not giving us the deep truth of everything. As you know, with the eyesight, we can't see all the spectrums of light. We cannot see out into space. I can't see right through my hand. We have microscopes, telescopes. If I was to look with the best microscope, then I would see that my hand is not solid. It goes right down to the molecules and the atoms. But the same for this table as well. Here's solid. But if I got the finest microscope, I'll see the same thing, that it's moving. And all the atoms and the molecules, just moving at a different speed of vibration. So this lesson, it's reminding to take a step back. Instead of reacting to the world and what's going on around us, with more fear and reacting with fear back. We don't get caught up in it, that we can extend love out. We can respond as God would respond. We're able to, when we take a step back, receive the Holy Spirit's perceptions about what we're really seeing, and we can bring peace to it. That's the aim of this course, to bring peace and joy back into our everyday life. We can want all the material objects, but at the end of the day, how do we feel moving throughout our day? How do we feel when we lay our heads down at night? Are we feeling okay? Do we feel complete? Do we feel peace? Do we feel joy, gratitude? And nothing on the outside that accumulated could ever change that. That's the aim of this course, to heal the perceptions of our mind. These practice periods, it's not just reading it. I hope you have your own copy of A Course in Miracles. I do provide the text. The exercises, the practice periods are so vitally important. We have to bridge the gap of what we know and what we do. We know we should be kind, but then we react with more fear. It's the responding and sitting down for just a minute, a couple of times the rest of this day. Just look at something and say the practice period to yourself. People can do that on their lunch break. People can do that after dinner. You can just look. This mirror is an image that I have made. This computer is an image that I have made. These are images projected from my past knowledge, my experience of what it is. I want to thank you for joining me. I love you. This is a year of eternal love. God bless.